Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast, powered by TSH Tennis. Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner for the US Open trophy is going down. But guys, the semifinals, Novak Djokovic, Carlos Alcaraz need to get into that. Felix Auger-Aliassime, amazing against Jannik Sinner. We need to talk about that. Let's preview that final and, of course, make our picks. But first off, guys, the Carlos Alcaraz Novak Djokovic match is the match that we were waiting for more than the other one. Ismail, thoughts on it, and did it live up to your expectations?
It was a great match. The quality of that match, I say the quality of that tennis for the first two sets was amazing. I feel privileged that we saw that. All credit for Novak for being able to bring that level at 38 years of age. But guys, I love what I saw from Carlitos. I loved it. I thought coming in, Djokovic would have the mental edge. He has been able to rattle Carlitos the last two times they've played each other, especially as we saw in Australia when he beat him on one leg. But those are the learning experience that Carlitos took into this match today. And he was ready for it. I have never seen Carlitos this locked in. He was not rattled or phased for a second. Novak played very well those first two sets. Let me say that. He played very well. He was even up a break. 3-love in that second set. It looked like we're repeating the story that we saw in Australia. But Carlos is locked in, and I've really felt that since Wimbledon, I knew that he didn't bring his best emotions into that Wimbledon final.
The final only, though. The final
only. The final. He was flustered. He admitted after that he couldn't handle his emotions in the best way. He didn't fight maybe the best way that he thought. And since then, I believe that was a great learning experience from him going into, since you saw how he dominated and then coming to the US Open. He's been locked in every step of the way. Just look at his eyes. He's determined. He was not flustered at all yesterday, even after he went down a break. Yeah. He was not flustered when they went into that second set tie break. He was not flustered when he was going down break points. He was perfect. He played so well. His tennis right now is very, very scary. To not drop a single set on the way to this final, and you play Novak Djokovic in the semi, his ultimate rival in terms of the one who's able to beat him the best on tour. Yeah. I was very, very impressed, Yousef. I was very impressed.
Haroon, how about you?
Yeah, also like you, Ismail, I'm very impressed. Like, I thought that win against the Djokovic win against Alcaraz in the Australian Open, I thought that was a bit of a mental thing, the mental lapse that happened to Alcaraz. I thought that the injury thing got to his head and he wasn't able to focus, and then Djokovic took advantage of it, and he wasn't able to come back from that, and he wasn't winning critical points. Djokovic was dominating there, and I think that he learned from that very much, and I thought that. Yeah, and that's what I thought. I thought that he was going to actually learn from it, and I thought that he was going to be prepared. And again, this is the topic that we talked about before, which is the dips, something that he's been very consistent with, and he's been playing, at the same level. He's trying to match Jannik Sinner's level in terms of being consistent and being great at every single point in the match, and also in the critical points. He's serving great. He's moving well. He's feeling like good, smooth. And like the critical points to me in the serve, that's what playing a big role for him and helping him so much. And like the long rallies, and he's able to stay consistent. And I think Djokovic couldn't hang with that. And I think Djokovic was expecting some of the dips, some errors, and Alcaraz wasn't doing that. And that really helped him big time. And I think that's going to help him, a lot, especially when he's going to face Sinner in the final or any other match as well. And I think that he's becoming more of a complete and consistent player. He's striving to perfection, and we've seen that, honestly. Like, he wasn't tested before, that's what I said, up until the Djokovic match, but he looked like he was ready for it so much.
Yeah, to that point, like the fact he really wasn't tested. He was supposed to get a Ben Shelton in that quarterfinal, and we know how Ben plays, and Ben plays him really well. We thought he maybe was going to get Mehdi. Well, maybe getting Mehdi's not really that big of a task at the moment,
and it hasn't been much of a task for him because he's so great.
Yeah, also. But to build off of the points that you guys made, I think it was the thing that stood out to me was his mentality and the focus, and like you said, Haroon, the no dips. because he came into this match, he knew he had to be on his best game from a mental standpoint. More than anything from a mental standpoint, because I think at the moment, tennis physically, he has the better tennis than Novak Djokovic, just because it's a 16-year gap between them. But I think he knew that Novak usually has the mental edge against me, but he didn't have it today, yesterday in the match. And I think, because he had to bring his best. And the tennis wasn't the best Alcaraz tennis. The drop shots were completely off. But he was there mentally throughout the entire match. And like you said, that break that happened, he was able to come back right away. And he came out guns blazing right away. And at no point did I say, oh, this is the Alcaraz dip that's happening. It wasn't happening. Any advantage that Novak had throughout the match was because he took it. Alcaraz didn't give him anything. Alcaraz usually gives you these breaks. He didn't give him. Novak took what he had to take, and then going into that second set tiebreak, Novak had chances. He got momentum, and even though he was down when he break, then he broke back, and you're like, okay, this is what Novak flips it. No, they played a long rally, and obviously long rallies. Young, physical Carlos Alcaraz was able to outlast Novak, but I think going into this final, this is the best we have seen Carlos Alcaraz from a mental standpoint. Tennis, I would not say this is his best tennis, but the fact that he's locked in every single point, like that was the thing. You think you can breathe against Alcaraz? You can no longer breathe against Carlitos.
You can't.
He suffocates you.
You can't.
Because he's mentally there.
That's a great point, because he went in with that match. And he started that match, he wanted to send a message to Novak.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm taking this match to you. I'm taking it from you.
Yeah, very aggressive.
He broke him in the first game of the match.
Yeah.
And I really felt after that first game, that was a message he sent to Novak. Like, Novak was chasing from the beginning. And it's not fun to feel like you're chasing the whole set. And essentially, he was chasing the whole match. He's just trying to claw back. Carlos took it to him. He was locked in. He was focused. He stayed with him in those rallies. He was bullying him. He was bullying Novak on the court. Yeah. And he mixed in the drop shots. Even if they weren't working, Yousef, he mixed them in enough to make him work. Yeah. He made Nole expend some energy. Even if he was going to win those drop shot
gave
points.
Us some really nice points. But
beautiful points. And Novak actually won, I think, most of the drop shot points yesterday.
I was just about to say, Novak at 38 years of age, what he was doing running to those drop shots.
Magnificent.
Oh my God.
But it was almost like a chess move, the drop shots, because in that tiebreak, when you were down 2-love, he won that epic point at 2-1. I felt Novak was gassed for the next 2 points. Yeah. And he went down 4-1 right after that. So it's strategic. And I don't think Carlitos gets enough credit for the mental tactics that he's able to put on the court. Like, he is thinking 2-3 steps ahead. And I love that. I love that about him. It's not just that he's, beautiful to watch and he has the most entertaining style of tennis. No, Carlitos is a brutal tactician, and he's now showing brutal mental, and it's scary. Yeah. It's scary times.
Also, the serves and returns are clicking. They're clicking. He said, he outserved Novak yesterday, and also returning,
He did outserve Novak. He did outserve Novak, and I need to say this again. He needs to get a lot of credit, because coming into this year, he changed his serve technique. He added the heavier racket for this specific reason, so he can beat Jannik and Novak at these stages. And yesterday, you felt there was a lot of pop coming both from the serve and from the ground strokes. He was bullying Novak from all over the court.
Yeah. Haroon, as magnificent as Carlos Alcaraz was, the man on the other side of the net has been beyond inspirational for what he has done. What did you think of Novak and just his run and this Grand Slam season overall?
Yeah, beyond impressed. I think really the watching that level against Alcaraz in that semifinal, I was like, it sucks, man. If it weren't for Alcaraz and Sinner, which I said this the past 2-3 times every time he faces them in a semifinal, I was like, if it weren't for these guys, he would have 49 slams. Like, it would be so easy for him. It would be world number 1. It would be the reigning champion. And I think tennis would be a cakewalk for him right now. The rest of the field is easy. So I think that it's really sad to see that he still has an insane level and such an elite level, but it's just not good enough against Alcaraz and Sinner. But he's just amazing, and he would have been really playing until well into his 40s, and it's awesome to see that he still has that level. He's serving great, he's moving great, and he's playing with a lot of power. It's just that these little small moments, sometimes he's not able to win, sometimes super long rallies consistently, and sometimes in the big points it doesn't go his way. But that's like just because Alcaraz and Sinner are so elite, but he's just so great. Like in this year so far in all the slams, semi-final and all 4 slams, that's elite. That's a legendary year for anybody, and he has that at 38. Like, wow, just a big shout out to him. And yeah, obviously, what more to say? He's the GOAT, and that's why he's the GOAT. So I hope that he can continue giving us this level, because it's awesome to watch. And yeah, I hope he doesn't go away anytime soon.
That's my thoughts on Ole.
I love the hunger. I love the mentality. I love where he's at, and in terms of his level, even like this, he's by far and away the 3rd best player in the world, like you're saying, Arun. There's Jannik, Sinner, and Alcaraz, and then there's Novak in his own tier. Yeah. He's in his own tier. Yeah. But I take a lot of positives actually away from this tournament and from this match. He was there. I think the serve let him down a little bit. He couldn't find the serve at all yesterday. If he was serving as good as he was just in this tournament, it would have been a different outcome. I think he was there physically for the first 2 sets. I think he lost belief after he goes down 2 sets to love. He's like, I'm going to have to go.
He said he was gassed.
He was gassed for sure.
He lost belief because he was gassed, I guess.
For sure he was
There's
gassed.
no way after
they both affect each other. But if he won that second set tiebreak, was Novak going to dig?
No.
I 100% believe he was going to dig.
Yeah.
I 100% believe he was going to dig, and it was going to be a different type of match. But he went down that break in the first set. Carlitos took it to him. He didn't find his serve yesterday, which I think really affected him.
Yeah, big time.
And second thing, I think he's playing Carlitos, who's arguably playing the best tennis of this year for him. Carlitos has never been this locked in. I think Carlitos is playing the best tennis he's played all year. When you play, Carlitos' best level is untouchable. So that's what we saw, is that he won in straights, but it was a competitive first 2 sets. So no, I think this is excellent performance from Novak. He was there mentally. What you saw when he's not injured, what it looks like, it's not over for him. His story's not over. I truly believe Novak's story's not over. He still wants to compete. I think he comes out of that match feeling, yeah, I was gassed, but if the first 2 sets go a different way, I think there's a different type of match that we're going to have. And there wasn't a lack of level, maybe lack of fitness, maybe the fatigue, and that's going to be the thing he struggles with. I think he's going to feel that I can compete. I have the level, maybe some tactical adjustments. Maybe I need to find some fine tuning in my serve. But Novak's story is not over for me, Yousef.
No, it's definitely not over. And I don't know how many times we have to state this, but Novak Djokovic at 38 years of age, to be able to go toe-to-toe with a 22-year-old Carlos Alcaraz and 2 times in a row a 23-year-old Jannik Sinner, and he is as competitive as it gets against these guys, that's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. There's a 16-year age gap. You know what that means? That means right now, if the person that would be for Carlos Alcaraz is a kid in like 2nd or 1st grade.
Yeah, insane.
That's what that means. Like, because if anyone can't make the connection between how big that gap is, I think he's by far, like you guys said, the 3rd best player in the world. But the thing is, he is the 3rd best player in the world when it comes to Grand Slams. He said, best of 3 sets, maybe I have a chance. But best of 5, he's not going to be favored. And I think if another slam's coming, he's going to need some breaks, because these 2 guys, they're only going to improve and their fitness isn't going anywhere. But to me, I love this Grand Slam season from Novak Djokovic. Like you said, Haroon, 4 semifinals within a year, the oldest person in history to ever do that. And I don't think anyone else will ever do that, because no one is as meticulous. No one puts in the work from since they were 20 years old to be able to do it at 38. It's something that he has invested in long time ago. So this was spectacular from him. I know the match, we could say it could have went either way, but no, I think it was, unfortunately, from what I saw, the fitness isn't there. 38 years old against the 22-year-old, it's a big.
Carlitos deserved this match.
Yeah,
Let's not mix up.
He won. Yeah, and
Carlitos dominated this match.
It
was a fair outcome.
Yeah.
but Novak was there.
Yeah, no, it's a big ask, but at the end of the season, Novak can go with his head held high. He went up against two. You could say these two guys playing at their peak they can go toe to toe with anyone in the history of the game. But who are the other guys right behind them? Supposedly Taylor Fritz, correct? Took him down. And who's supposedly there too? Alexander Zverev. What did he do to him in Roland Garros? He beat him also. So Novak's right there. Novak shouldn't go anywhere. And anyone out there who has anything to say about Novak Djokovic should retire, it's over. How? Semifinal, only losing to Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Novak Djokovic should not go anywhere. He will not go anywhere. He is an absolute treat to watch play tennis, and long may it rain.
Yeah, it was awesome. He was enjoying the match. Like yesterday, I don't think I've seen him smile so much on the court. Like after those long points, like he was amused by what Carlos was doing. He was amused sometimes, but
I was enjoying it.
He was enjoying, and that's the best thing I can hear because we want to keep watching him play. It's fun to watch Novak try to find that level. His story's not over.
Yeah.
His story's not over.
It's funny though. It's funny though that you're saying he's not favored against these guys in best of 5. I think that's only the case against Alcaraz and Sinner, but everybody else, I think he's still favored at best of 5. And I think that was the thing that makes these big 3 guys so special, is that they're able to play great tennis for a long time. But I think Sinner and Alcaraz are just so elite. And I think also Federer fans, like Federer and Rafa fans, should be so happy that Djokovic is not winning more slams right now. Alcaraz and Sinner are stopping them. But his level is just too good right now, but it's just not enough for these big guys.
Yeah, and he's getting everyone's best punch. Like, no one is going into that match and like, oh, they didn't play. They're giving everything they have. And also when it comes to Sinner and Alcaraz, they know against Novak, like you might say they beat him in straight sets, right? He didn't take any set off of them since Roland Garros. But I think because they have to bring out their best and they can't give Novak an inch, because if you give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. And both of them, credit to Carlitos and credit to Jannik, they were able to find their best level, their best physical level, tennis level, mental level against Novak every single time they played this year since the Australian Open.
Like beating Novak is graduating into elite territory, and they both have graduated into elite
territory.
GOAT, dare I say GOAT territory now.
Carlos Alcaraz joined Sinner, Rafa, Roger, and Murray as the only guys to beat him on every single surface. Like that's iconic stuff.
That's
iconic stuff.
Iconic.
I have
Definitely
to say.
Iconic.
But Novak, no, shouldn't go anywhere. Will not go. I will not allow it to happen.
No, hopefully not.
Yes, so much love for Novak. Okay, guys, before we move on to the Sinner Auger-Aliassime breakdown, need to ask you this question. Haroon, do you think Novak Djokovic can ever beat Sinner or Alcaraz in best of 5 sets again?
I think sadly not. I think that this was his best chances, and where he still has some aura, and they didn't really beat him that many times, so to feel so confident, but I feel like they already beat him many times already on the biggest stages. And it's so hard. They're just playing too good at the tennis, and they're building more and more confidence against him. He's getting older. His health is getting, like, I wouldn't say worse, but he's getting slightly slower. The points, he's starting to feel like it's really heavy and he's gassed. I think it's going to be too hard, man. Sadly, I think it's over.
Ismail, you think so?
I think the chances are super slim. But I think there's a timeline where it might happen. I'm thinking of like Rafa's last Roland Garros run. Like the crowd was super behind him. Like he finds the momentum. Remember when he beat Djokovic in that quarterfinal? I think there's a world where Novak has one of those runs. Where the crowd is behind him like they never have been before.
They were behind him in the U.S. Open.
They were behind him in the U.S. Open, and even in Wimbledon, he's had support there more than he's ever had before. I think, like in a specific setting like that where everyone knows the sun is setting and he's the super underdog. There's a world where he can pull one more off. I think there's a world where he can pull one more off. Yeah, why not?
I think it's very simple because let's go Roland Garros, first of all. A few points here, a few points there. We could be saying that Novak Djokovic wins that match against Jannik Sinner. So if you feel like, and also yesterday, the same exact thing, a few points here, a few points there, you can say, like, a few of those sets came down to a few points. So if a few of those points go his way instead of the other way, who knows what happens? Up 2-0. These guys, maybe they don't have, we saw, Jannik Sinner's human, by the way. Carlos Alcaraz can show to be human. He hasn't been at the moment. So I wouldn't say it's the end, but back-to-back, for example, I'd say that's a tough one. But to be one of these guys at best of 5, I say no, we still have a chance.
Yeah, I think there's still a chance.
Yeah, I believe so.
I love the belief, guys.
Let's see. We'll see. Well, only time will tell.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, yesterday we had a very nice match between Jannik Sinner and Felix Auger-Aliassime. Yeah. Yousef, that was a special one. What did you think about the way Jannik played that match?
You know, we came into the day yesterday saying that the Djokovic-Alcaraz match is the one that we can't wait to watch. And the Felix Auger-Aliassime Jannik Sinner match was kind of like it was in the shadows, wasn't it? But if you ask me, it was the much more enjoyable match. It was so much fun to watch. The tennis that these two brought was really spectacular. And, you know, we said that Felix Auger-Aliassime is going to show up. And boy, did he show up, guys. Boy, did he show up. I think he showed us what he's capable of. And we said last episode, Haroon, how Felix Auger-Aliassime, this is the guy we've been waiting for. Yeah. And what we saw from him yesterday is he can go toe-to-toe with the one and only Jannik Sinner. And he had him on the ropes. So Canadian Tennis, Chapo had the same exact thing a few rounds ago. Felix Auger-Aliassime on the biggest stage, Arthur Ashe, night session, semifinals. The moment was not too big for him. He showed up and he showed out. And this is an amazing point because I think, you know, when you go up against these guys in these big stages and then you maybe didn't win, but he found out what it takes. And also he found out that I can hang. Because Sinner had issues. Sinner needed to take a medical timeout after that second set. Felix Auger-Aliassime absolutely dominated in that second set, and he had them on the ropes in the third set. Fourth set, there was an early break, and then maybe it was over there. But I absolutely loved what I saw from Felix Auger-Aliassime, and I think he deserves so much respect for this run. And I pray to God that the confidence stays and he continues to show us that level because we're moving into the indoor season, and no one loves the indoors as much as Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Felix loves the indoors. It's true.
So hats off to Felix. I'll let you guys talk. If you want to talk about Sinner a bit, I can give my thoughts afterwards. I've taken too much time there. But I just need, to me, the guy that stood out for me yesterday was Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Haroon, it was a good match. Felix did give us a good performance. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he did. And like Yousef said, we did say he was going to bring it, and he's been bringing it since his Zverev match, his Rublev match, and with Demon, like he was bringing it there. He was feeling confident, and he's not shying away from the moment. He even raised his level even more than all of those matches combined, I think. And he was playing with a lot of confidence and conviction, going for big-time winners, trying to hit harder than Sinner. And he was also excited. Usually he tries to be a very professional, like his celebrations are not so eccentric and he doesn't scream that much. And he was so, like when he's hitting winners and he's screaming, he's feeling the energy. That was exciting.
He did show a lot of emotion yesterday. I don't think I've ever seen Felix this motivated and excited within a match.
Yeah. True. And it was that was one of the really fun things to see is that he was like he was bringing his A game. He was having fun while doing it. And to me, what was really like if anybody saw the Batman versus Superman movie, was like when Batman was like, "I want to see you bleed." I felt like I feel like Felix wanted to see Sinner bleed. He wanted to see that he's human. He wanted to make him human in front of everybody to show that he's not a machine, that he's not above us, that he can be taken down like the rest of us. And I felt like he did that. And winning a set after Sinner won the set, so winning that second set, it wasn't like he stole the first set while Sinner was waking up and he wasn't in form. After, like, he won a first set, so he's already like almost an hour into the match, we got the chance to feel the groove of the court and feel the pace of everything. And then you now come back and win that second set. To me, that was more impressive than winning the first one. And I like that he even had chances up in the third to go up an early break in the third set. Then maybe he could have went up 2-1 against Sinner. What in the world would that match would have been? But that was like, yeah, it was very exciting to me. I love the fact that, again, his confidence, his conviction, the fact that he was improving his level, which is something that we've been begging for him and everybody else on tour to step up to Sinner, to step up to this bully that is dictating how the tennis world should be run, and is like, no, it's time for somebody else to come into the mix. And I hope that this is something that could, like Yousef saying, to be taken into the next tournaments and so on, and maybe he likes a taste of what it is to take some points, to force some break points, to take a set off of him on big stages, in best of 5 matches, on slams. I hope that this is something that we could see more moving forward. But very impressed with Felix Auger. But then again, we have to talk about Sinner, how elite he is, that even when somebody's bringing electric fire, he's able to put out that fire. And that's just shows why he's the world number 1 and why he's so elite. But yeah, I think that everybody was loving the level that Auger was bringing. But Sinner is elite for a reason.
Auger played awesome. I have to give him credit, guys. I really loved what I saw from Auger as well. And also that he had break point in that 4th set. Imagine if he won that. Like, it was going to be a completely different match if he goes up a break. You never know what the outcome would have been. But guys, Sinner is the one who won this match. Let's not make any mistakes about that. He deserved the win. He handled the moment, the stress, everything that Auger threw at him. Yousef, what do you think? What do you see from Jannik?
But that, I think that says enough about Jannik. The fact that the guy that lost the match in 4 sets is the one that we are praising highly.
It's insane.
I think it's a massive compliment to Jannik Sinner, because he's otherworldly. He is an alien. He is a machine. He is a superstar in this tennis world that I don't know if anyone can even say that. Can you touch him? Can you touch him? Can other players touch him? When they touch him, we say this is insane. So Jannik Sinner, guys, yesterday proved. Okay, I might be a front runner. I might give Felix Auger-Aliassime a breadstick, and then he's gonna come out and he's gonna be guns blazing. And I'll take a small break and I'll be back and I'm gonna fight. I'm going to fight slowly but surely. And in the end, he does what he does best. This is things that we've only seen from the big 3 guys, where some guy can give you the best punch, but you still come out on top, you come out victorious. And Jannik Sinner continues to do that, guys, week in and week in and week in and week out. It really is spectacular to see. But what I absolutely love about Jannik Sinner, guys, and this was a small thing, I don't know if anyone caught this while watching it. It's in the 3rd set. They're going toe-to-toe. Felix Auger-Aliassime is flying. Everyone's cheering him on. They want to see the machine bleed. And they're fighting toe-to-toe in brutal rallies back and forth. And they got like when they give you the camera view from behind the baseline, and you can see the brutality of the rally. And it was like an over 15-shot rally, and Sinner lost it. And you can see it's intense. And what's Jannik doing? That he lost the point. He's giving Felix a thumbs up. You played a nice point there, and then just to his towel, and let's get back to work. Like, to me, it's like, okay, it feels like it's so intense. And maybe on the other side, Felix Auger-Aliassime is absolutely, he's super tense, and he's giving as much as he can to win these points. And Jannik Sinner, he's enjoying this good tennis. He lost the point, but he's enjoying so much good tennis, and you feel like he knows it's a sport. He's loving the battle, and I think that's what separates him. Even in these moments, he's giving you thumbs up. He's enjoying these battles, and as brutal as rallies can get, and as tense as matches are, he is as cool as a cucumber, and he's ready to fight, and he gives you his best level, and he comes out victorious. Jannik Sinner, to me, is a man that I cannot even explain how spectacular he is, but my mind is blown every time I watch him play tennis and every time he faces adversity and overcomes it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Jannik does handle all these adversity moments super well. Harun, what do you think of Jannik, though?
Yeah, man, like we saw this coming. Like we saw, we I don't think we really thought Felix Auger-Aliassime was going to win this match. I thought the debate was whether it's going to be in straights or four. Like I think that was what we were on the fence for. I think me and Yousef said it was going to be in straights. Ismail, you said it was going to be in four, right?
He did say it was going to be in four, huh?
I told you, Felix is playing magical. I told you he's going to come up with some nice stuff.
And he did come up with some magic, and it was great, and we love to see it. But yeah, like I said, he's the world number one. I expect him to handle it convincingly. Although it was tricky for him, especially in that second and third set, obviously. But yeah, business as usual in the first and in the fourth set, and yeah, he's that to me is what's most impressive about Jannik, is that he's able to he has a lot of gas in his tank to go the extra mile when somebody raises their level. So when somebody goes up, he's going to go up even higher. And that's why I think he's so elite, and he's playing with so much power all the time. And it's really hard to keep up with. And in order to keep up with it, like with Felix, he's trying to hit harder and trying to hit with the same speed and pace as Sinner is. And then he's obviously going to make more mistakes. But Sinner is he's so consistent at playing at like this super high intensity. It's like very impressive to see.
I loved what I said.
He's the youngest person ever to make it to the final of every single Grand Slam within a season. He's made to the final of every Grand Slam.
Jannik Sinner is making a GOAT season case
If
right
he
now.
wins tomorrow, he was 1 point away from completing the calendar slam.
Insane. And he had triple match point to do it.
Exactly.
Double match point, triple match point to do it. So no, Jannik Sinner is in GOAT territory. He's playing amazing. Yeah. The fact that he can keep playing with this power and make such little unforced errors is unbelievable to me. I can't believe it every time I watch it. It's a genuine pleasure to watch him play tennis. It's a pleasure to watch him handle those tough moments. Yesterday, Felix had 10 break points. He was only able to convert 1. And that just speaks to how Jannik handles those tough moments.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the big points. He may be the best right now at playing the big points, arguably. So it's a beautiful thing to watch. He's unmatched. His fitness looks amazing right now. The way he's moving from the first set to the fourth set. I didn't see like there was any fatigue whatsoever setting in. Side to side, crushing the ball. No one changes directions, I think, in my opinion, better than him. The most beautiful backhand down the line in tennis right now. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to watch Jannik play at this level. And we are in for such a treat. Such a treat. This final, guys... Harun, this final might be the best final of the year coming.
Yeah, but one last point I want to say.
Tease me.
This might be a
Don't tease me.
This might be a bold point for me to say, but I don't remember seeing the big three or anybody in tennis history hitting with that much pace and speed and power, and also not making that many errors. So it's like I feel like he's.
No, it's not been seen.
Like this is an elite level. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Like the unforced error is.
No, it hasn't.
It's so low. It's so low, and it's like you don't get free points from somebody like Sinner. Like you don't get any free points from him, which is so hard. Which is why I think Novak has been struggling against these big guys, because the unforced errors are so low, and there's nothing free. Everything is earned. Everything is earned. As great as the big three were, they would always make some mistakes, and there were always some free points that in some way. But this hasn't been seen before to me.
No, the pace of the ball. No, we've not seen this pace.
Yeah.
Sure?
I think so.
I think Prime Novak and Prime Rafa have something to say about that.
Definitely. I don't want to disrespect them, but
I think maybe in some Rafa.
It looks like it skids through the court.
Just a few years ago when they were playing in Roland Garros, the best set we've ever seen when they were playing.
Probably Rafa and RG, Federer and Wimbledon, Djokovic Australian Open, but
Novak,
still.
RG. Few years ago.
Yeah, I don't want to have recency bias, but
I agree with just the fine. We can say sometimes some matches.
It could be
Novak hit as hard and because he doesn't have to, but Jannik he doesn't care. I'm gonna hit this hard.
It's rockets all the time. Rockets.
It's spectacular to see.
Rockets, just rockets.
And he's so consistent with it. It's not that it's just rockets. It's rockets consistently. It's like a machine gun. Yeah. It's a machine gun of nuclear
so close
rockets.
to the baseline. He's and so on top of the baseline. That's definitely a new type of game style we haven't seen.
Yeah, but
Finally, we have a
yeah, guys. Yeah, finally, like last but not least, the main event, what we've been waiting for, and we get. So we wait for it and we get it, and we're just so spoiled right now, and we're spoiled once again. Last but not least, guys, thoughts on this insane final: Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner in the final of the U.S. Open. Oh my God, bring that popcorn, baby. Smail, your thoughts on that final?
I love it. I'm so excited. I can't even hide it. Like, it's going to be so fun. Like, and it's poetic justice as the divine powers would have wanted it. They're tied at 1-1 in the slams this year. And here we go. U.S. Open final for whoever is going to win this match.
Jannik has 2.
Yeah, but they're tied and they played each other twice.
Oh, yeah.
1-1 in the rivalry.
Break the tie.
Now the U.S. Open final is going to break the tie. Winner gets to claim world number 1. Yeah. Would you have it any other way? The last time they played each other in 2022, it was arguably their best match ever. Yeah. Just because, like, RG was so amazing, but like this was the definition of a classic also. Yeah. It's a timeless classic when they played 3 years ago. Yeah. They're both evolved players. They're both new players. They've added so much to their game. They're now so tough mentally that you don't even believe there's someone who has an edge. The conditions favor both players, arguably. You don't know where this match is going to go. We're going to have drama. We're going to have amazing tennis. We're going to have amazing rallies. It's going to be creativity to the max because that's what's going to take for each of them to beat the other. Like, it's perfection. It's perfection.
Yeah.
You couldn't have delivered a better final and a better way to break the Grand Slam rivalry this year.
Without a doubt. Yousef, your thoughts on this?
I had Novak winning against Alcaraz, and I had him potentially winning this tournament. But Sinner's there, and as long as Sinner's there, he's probably not going to win a Grand Slam. But I'm kind of happy that Novak lost. Because the matchup of Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner at the moment
it's bittersweet
is so
for
much
sure. It's
more
bittersweet.
fun to watch. Yeah, than if we had to watch Novak against Sinner. I feel conflicted here. I want Novak to win, but I don't feel like we're gonna get the best final. Carlos Alcaraz took care of business, and we have the best final we can think of coming Sunday. Oof. Both of these guys are at the peak of their powers, but they've created this new era of tennis, and we're witnessing, I think, maybe it might be their best chapter because they're both as dominant as can be, barring any injuries. But right now, you take this slam, I take this one. You take this slam, I take this one. It comes down to this again tonight and tomorrow. U.S. Open final, Smile for world number 1.
For world number 1.
World number 1.
World number 1.
We had it recently, remember, in 2022 when we had the Casper Ruud against Carlos Alcaraz. Whoever wins the U.S. Open, but also goes home as world number 1. With all due respect to Casper Ruud, he is not Jannik Sinner. He is not the superstar that Jannik Sinner is. This is the matchup. And Sinner said, Haroon, he said, I think our rivalry began at that 2022 U.S. Open quarterfinal match. And he wasn't wrong. That was an instant classic. And that's a match I would love to go back and watch. Maybe after this one to see how they've evolved on the same exact court. I am as hyped as can be. Sometimes it's the hope that kills you. And but unfortunately I am overhyping this one because I think and I hope that it lives up to my expectations. But Haroon, Carlos Alcaraz is going into this one fresh. Jannik Sinner showed, in a way, he bled like Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. So, I don't know, but they're young. He's 23. Carlos is 22. But going into this match, guys, 24. I think 24 now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We're going to get an instant classic. I cannot wait for this match. I absolutely love it. Tennis deserves this.
Yeah.
After what we've been getting in recent years where Novak is just dominating everyone in sight, we deserve to have this rivalry.
Yeah.
And you can say, oh, we've seen them enough. No, give me more, give me more, give me more.
Yeah,
Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, it's the best product we have in tennis and maybe in sports.
It is in sports. This is the best rivalry in sports. There's no mixing words.
We have it again, Haroon. I have no more words to say than
I think
am as
I think
excited as a tennis fan.
if you want to look at like the best rivalries right now in all NBA and NFL and like in baseball, soccer, like I think in football, it's I think this one's the best. It's the most exciting because they're two because it's a 50-50 thing. You don't know where is it going to go. You don't know who's going to win. And that's what's most exciting, the drama, the unpredictability, the uncertainty. And both of them are playing at an elite level. Like you want two of the best going at it, fighting, going to war. And you just... Yeah, and you don't know who's going to win the next point. And it's like a coin toss. And that's what I think was what's exciting about it. And that's why we love it. That's why we get some of the excitement of the consistency, the machine-like player that Jannik Sinner is. And the magician-like also player that Carlos Alcaraz is. However, they both have been kind of trying to take tricks from the other. Alcaraz is trying to become more of a machine, more consistent and more powerful, and Sinner is trying to be more magical and add more variety and some excitement there. So they're both trying to also learn from each other and mesh and form into even a more complete player, if that's even possible. But yeah, this is something that I've been waiting for. Everybody's been waiting for the best rivalry we have in tennis, without a shadow of a doubt. And I have no idea how is it going to go. I have no idea. Although everybody knows who I picked.
You're gonna have to make your picks.
Yeah, who I picked before for the tournament, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it, and it's a coin toss. Like I said, I want to see how Alcaraz is gonna face this matchup. Is he gonna be able to take him down like he did before in 2022? Like you guys said, is this gonna be his year where we're gonna look back? This might be the best year that any player has ever had. And this is somebody that came off an insane year last year. So Sinner came off a legendary year last year, and looks like this could be another insane year this year as well. But yeah, guys, like I'm excited. I don't know what's it gonna be like. I don't know how is it gonna go. But I'm definitely gonna be glued to the screen for sure.
There are some things to watch. Yousef, you said that you think Jannik is coming in with a bit more fatigued. He spent, right now, according to the stats, we have Carlos has spent 11 hours, 55 minutes. Jannik has spent 13 hours, 32 minutes. That's not a big difference.
Oh, that's not a big gap.
That's not a big difference. So I think
2 hour difference is like
because
Jannik had to fight much more.
He has a lot of bagels and breadsticks, brother.
That Bublik match probably plays a big part here.
Yeah, so I don't think Jannik is not fresh. I think they're both fresh. I think though Jannik bled.
Yeah.
To your points, you and Haroon. Jannik bled twice against Shapo.
But now that you
Auger.
show me though the 2 hours, that's not.
No, but here's what to watch, guys. I think going into this match, the first serve percentage. Actually, Jannik did not serve very well in terms of first serve percentage. He wins a lot of his first serve points. First serve percentage yesterday against Auger, 53%. But Carlitos didn't serve much better also on first serve. Also, 56%. So I think the first serve is going to be a key player here. Also, second serve win percentage. Jannik wins a lot more points on second serve than Carlitos. Jannik wins about 67% of his points on second serve, and Carlitos only 54. And you remember in Wimbledon, Carlitos struggled because of the second serve. And he even talked about in the post-match press conference, he said the second serve, he was struggling a lot, and Jannik was crushing it. And I think this is what we need to watch. First serve percentage, and then win percent on second serve.
Sure.
Who's going to manage their second serve better? Both of them have been returning really well, and I'm intrigued to see. It's going to be.
But I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think they're these stats, to me, the historical stats for all other matches, to me, they don't play that much of a role when going into that match, because they turn into a different player. They focus and they zone in and they play like no other. I feel like they both get up for that match really well. Maybe the second serve for Alcaraz going well for him in Wimbledon, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. The 2 hour difference, by the way, I think it favors actually Sinner, because Sinner he's kind of learned some more resilience in that tournament. He felt like what it's like to come back in that conditions, in that environment. And I think still Alcaraz has not been, I would say, like really tested, and he didn't have a chance to play from the catching up on his back foot, which I think is going to favor Sinner slightly more.
Well, let's see. It's always good to have some battle, but I would say Carlitos has been tested fair enough. But the serve, I say, that's something to watch. The other thing I want to watch, guys, is who's going to be going more to the net. If you remember, Sinner in Wimbledon was very aggressive in coming forward, coming to the net. Yesterday against Auger, he came in 17 times, won 12 of those points. Carlitos came in a fair share as well, 15 of 22. So who's going to be more aggressive in coming into the net? How are those service games going to play out? I think that's what we're gonna watch for. But other than that, I think it's gonna be magnificent. It's gonna be magnificent,
sure.
Beautiful tennis. It's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious.
I'm trying to take what you guys are saying, and like so I can make up my mind. Okay, so is it Carlos in 5 or is it Jannik in 5? Because we need to make our picks, So I'm like, I'm listening to these. Okay. I'm trying to do the math in my head. And I can say at this very moment, I know I'm going to have to make a pick probably like 30 seconds. But at this very moment, I am extremely conflicted.
Yeah, it's very tough. But I know who I'm going to pick. And let's get into that right now. All right, here we go, guys. US Open final. Carlos Alcaraz against Jannik Sinner for world number 1 for the US Open trophy. Yousef, who's winning this one?
Oh my God. This is so tough to pick. It's so tough to pick. Carlitos has been sensational. Jannik Sinner has been spectacular. But guys, RG, I picked Jannik Sinner to win that match. He lost. Wimbledon, I picked Carlos Alcaraz to win. He lost. So I'm going to switch this one up. I am saying that Jannik Sinner is going to win the US Open in 5 sets.
Wow.
And he is going to complete one of the best Grand Slam season we have seen in the history of this sport. 1 point. We're going to go back and say he was 1 point away from completing the calendar slam. Jannik Sinner is going to go above and beyond. He is going to get closer to Carlos Alcaraz. And when it comes to slams, he wins this one. He defends his throne and he leaves still world number 1.
Wow. Harun, who's going to win?
No. He has bad luck. Yousef has bad luck. He's going to run with Tommy. No. I was hoping you would go the other way. I'm going for Sinner. I'm backing up my pick. I picked him at the beginning of the tournament. I picked him in Wimbledon. I picked him in RG. I wouldn't say he let me down in RG because that was just something he gave it his all and Alcaraz just was better. He did come through for me in Wimbledon, and I think he's going to come through for me in US Open. I picked him before. I'm going to pick him again. Jannik Sinner, baby. I think it's going to be a legendary year for him. I hope the bad luck from Yousef is not going to rub off on this pick. I hope so. And God help me, please let it not be a unanimous pick. What do you expect?
Guys, I love that you're picking against my boy Carlitos.
Yes.
I love it with all my heart.
We have a chance.
Who is dominating this rivalry? 6-1 in their last 7 matchups. Who has owned him over the past 2 years? It is Carlitos. He wants revenge from Wimbledon. He crushed him.
He took it in Cincy. He
crushed him in Cincy. You came up for that. Who has not lost a set coming into this final? Who has looked more locked in than he's ever been in his entire life? Who has looked absolutely dominant all the way here? It is the one and only Carlitos Alcaraz. He's begging for this match. I know he wants it. I can see it in his eyes. I can see it in his post-match press conference. He wants him. He has Jannik just where he wants him in the final for world number 1. Carlos Alcaraz in 4 sets. Jannik's going to barely pull off this 1 set. Carlitos is going to dominate this match. And we will see this, and I'll see you right after this match.
I say it's going to be Sinner in 4. So I didn't say how many sets, so Sinner in 4.
Carlitos in 4, baby. Carlitos in 4. I feel it. He wants him.
You know,
Actually-
one of the biggest mistakes I ever did is sitting right across from you on this desk and to let that propaganda affect me. Whether it's the Fonseca propaganda, whether it's the Medvedev propaganda, he still has a chance. He's still alive. Whether it's whatever, anything. Novak, you hyped me up on Novak. Novak, come on, I believe that. So, Haroon, I have made a point to hear that propaganda. And
My win percentage, by the way, is great. My pick win percentage is great.
No, it's not. I'm the
It's
only
better
one that's
than all of
3-0
you guys.
in Slam finals. I'm 3-0 in Slam finals, brother. I have picked every Slam final correctly. Every single one I picked correctly with the number of sets.
What semifinals? What semifinals do you get?
I picked Sinner against Zverev. I was the only one to pick Carlitos over Sinner in RG, and I'm the only one that picked Sinner over.
Yeah, I know, but from
Alcaraz
the
in
beginning
four
of
at
the
Wimbledon.
tournament, though.
I am 3-0. I am 3-0 in Slam finals, brother. If anything, you should pick me. You should follow my lead. Everyone at home, if you want to make money, follow your good brother.
Again, I'm just the horse in my race, and I'm turning on my blinders, and I cannot hear or see anything he has to say.
No, but you're not. Wait, you're taking credit for picking Sinner at Wimbledon?
Yes, I picked him in 4.
I picked it from the beginning of the tournament.
Okay, so did I.
Did he?
Yeah, I did.
He picked him.
I'm 3-0 in Slam finals. If this might be the greatest
Not
Slam
finals, I'm
season
telling
ever.
you.
If I go 4-0, 4 for 4, I might be having the greatest. I might be on. I'm
Really? How about you?
Did you pick Novak? Did you pick Novak for Wimbledon?
Yeah.
No,
also, yeah. Like we need to talk about. You picked Novak to beat Carlitos. How? So
yesterday
first,
in the US Open. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that pick. That first of all, like we can delete your pick for you said Carlitos is going to win the tournament from the beginning. Remember in the beginning you said Carlitos?
Yeah.
That's taken away.
No, it's
gone.
not.
It's taken
not.
away.
It's
taken away. You can't decide to jump off the bandwagon.
I didn't
and
jump
come
off.
On. Hey, I'm off. I'm going to join the
I
Novak
had-
Djokovic
I had
bandwagon.
You
the
said
Hey,
Novak was going to win
you
Australian
Carlitos-
Open also.
Carlitos, you made the final. Now I'm going to get on your bandwagon. No, that doesn't work that way.
You said
Haroon, can we
Novak
just
was
agree
gonna win
here on this
Australian Open.
episode?
No,
But
I
let's
had
agree,
Carlitos
Haroon.
in
He
Australia.
if Carlos wins
Or
tomorrow, he
Carlitos.
does not. He can get
Really?
credit for the final, but he does not get credit for picking him from the beginning of the tournament.
You can't skip to the finish line and then pick the easiest
Yeah,
picks.
exactly.
You have to be
exactly.
fair.
Like this is an example if you're running a marathon and then you jump into a car.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
You
You're skipping to the
car
finish
and then
line.
you
Yeah,
get
I
off
pick it.
before the finish line. Exactly the
You
same.
judge. You judge. Everyone has seen me pick Carlitos from the beginning. Everyone knows how I feel.
And
I
everyone,
was just.
everyone knows
I-
what you did with Novak. You picked Novak and you said
did.
Carlitos,
You know
bye
why?
bye.
You know why? It was just I felt something for Novak.
This is
You
the
break
second
up with
pick
someone?
that you picked from the beginning of the tournament. You picked in RG Alcaraz,
something.
You
and
can't
you picked
break
it.
I'm honest.
And you picked in US Open Alcaraz. That's it.
I gave you my
Australian
feeling.
Open, Wimbledon.
I gave
You
you
did
my
not.
feeling.
Your picks from the beginning of the tournament were not correct from the beginning.
Yes, they were. I had Jannik from
You
the beginning
can't
of
break
Wimbledon.
up with
Stop
someone
discrediting.
and then the next day say like, "Hey, look at let's back," because I
Sure,
had a white
no,
night
I
stand
agree.
that didn't work
I agree.
out.
It wasn't good practice, but I did it for everyone at home. They deserve my authentic, best, honest self.
Sorry, my brother, you don't get that. But tomorrow cannot come.
I'm the only one to pick Carlitos on this pod, and everyone will have to recognize, at least, even if you don't want to give me credit from the beginning, I'm the only one picking him in the final, and you're all gonna have to give me credit when this is over.
But we have to say the best prediction was the picking Carlos Alcaraz in straights in Rome. You guys, that was a great pick, right? Right?
No.
Right, Haroon? Right, Haroon? That was a great pick, right?
Right, Troy?
We can always fall back on basketball, right, Troy?
No,
Anyways.
no, it was not. But this is going to be an amazing final.
Can't wait to be back here tomorrow.
I can't wait to be right back
I hope
here.
I have a smile. I think I'm gonna have a smile on my face either way. But
Well,
I
at
hope
least
it's,
I'm
with
the
my pick.
reigning Slam pick champ. I picked
picks.
Jannik in 4. I picked Jannik from the beginning of the tournament in Wimbledon. I picked him in
You're
4
not
to
no
win
reigning
Wimbledon.
Slam, brother. I'm the one that picked every Slam winner from the beginning of
I
the
picked
season. You
Jannik
cannot
to win
take
Wimbledon
Slam
in
credit.
4, and I picked him from the beginning
I
of
picked
the
Jannik
year.
in 4 as well. You did not pick Carlitos in RG. You did not pick. I'm 3 for 3 in Slam final.
But
Give
I'm
credit
more
where it's
reliable
due. Give
because
credit where it's due.
I either make it I make it to the final or I barely lose. I'm more reliable in my picks.
So reliable.
Yeah.
All right. What?
Sinner losing in that super tie break in RG. That's also something that
Well,
you're
guys,
taking way too much credit for that
It's
Alcaraz.
fun. It's fun. It's fun.
Let's keep it there for now. But let's reconvene after both finals. Me and you have Anisimova. Haroon has Sabalenka. Me and Haroon have Sinner. You have Alcaraz. I'm not. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Tomorrow we find out.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. You tell us at home. What do you think? Who do you think is gonna win this final? Drop your picks in the comments. We're reading every single one. And also go check out our recent interview with Coach Michael Tillstrom. We had such a fun interview. He talked about how he's building a trust with Denis Shapo, who took a set from Sinner, and what it's like to coach a top player, the rivalries with Alcaraz and Sinner, and also what it was like facing against top players from the past, like Agassi and Sampras. So many cool insights there. And if you like that one, you're definitely going to enjoy our other interview with Coach Christoph Ligon. What a fun interview. He's coaching Greek sport, talking about how he helped him get to the top of the sport, and also what it was like facing off against top players of the past. It was a fun and funny interview. I think you're going to love it. So subscribe and follow for all your tennis news and content here, and we'll be right back after these amazing finals.
Have a good night. Good night, good night. Very good night.